What's going on YouTube? My name is Zach with Android Digest, and today I'm going to be covering and reviewing the 3rd generation Lenovo Tab M10 Plus. And this is a tablet out there that a lot of you might be interested in. It's a budget tablet, so I want to let you know my thoughts about it. So with all that being said, let's get straight into it and let's check out the M10 Plus. So a lot of you out there, you're looking to save some good money, and honestly, a lot of the bigger tech YouTubers out there, they just don't care. A lot of them only cover the latest and greatest devices, and a lot of you are just looking to save some money and get a good tablet that's also a good value. And that's where the M10 Plus comes in. It's a 10.61 inch screen on this tablet, a 2K resolution, and honestly, this tablet is very improved over last year's 2nd gen model, and it's very improved over the competition. It's a little bit better than a lot of other tablets out there at this price point. The base model of this tablet retails at $190. Now I've seen it go on sale as low as $160, so feel free to check the links in the description. And that model does have 3 GB of RAM, it does have 32 GB of storage, and that might seem a little bit low, but keep in mind that this device does have an SD card slot. That's a really big deal and can help you expand your storage. But if you want a little more storage, or maybe you want a little more RAM, the good news is they do have a 4 GB of RAM version, a version with 64 GB of storage, and that model retails at $209, right? So that's not too bad. That's a pretty good price. In fact, if you compare that to the Tab A8, that device retails at $230, and that device does not come with that 4 GB of RAM. I think this M10 Plus, it does very, very well at this price point. And one area that is very good about this tablet is honestly in the design, and they made some very good design choices that I'm very happy with. For one thing, they do have a headphone jack on this tablet. It's right here with a USB-C port, 2 speakers, and again, that headphone jack. That's great because a lot of tablets just don't have that. And if you go to the other side of this tablet, you have 2 speakers here, you do have your power button, and on the top of the tablet, you have your up and down on your volume and an SD card slot. Again, a lot of phones, a lot of tablet makers, they're just going away from that. And another thing they're going away from is putting a charger in the box, which you do get a charger in the box with this tablet. So again, another welcome thing to see. So you do have some bezels, of course, on the screen all the way around. And if you look at the back of the tablet, you are going to notice this right here. It feels like aluminum. It does feel very, very premium on the back. It can get some fingerprints, so just keep that in mind. And you do have this right here. It's a unique texture on the top of the tablet, but I really do like how it does make the tablet look. Now, if we look at the tablet itself, and if you look at the display, and if you look at the performance, you're going to see that this tablet is priced very, very well for the money because, man, this tablet does have a beautiful screen. Now, according to the box, it does have a TDDI screen. It's an LCD screen that gets about 400 nits of brightness. It has a 10.6 inch screen with a 2000 by 1200 resolution, so you get a great 2K screen on this device. Honestly, this tablet, if you compare it to something like the Galaxy Tab A8, in so many scenarios, you would prefer this tablet. The display is a little bit better. I believe it's even a little bit brighter. It just looks better as far as the colors. The colors look a little more vibrant. So this tablet does have a great screen, again, relative to other tablets at this price. It's not 120 Hertz. It's not a beautiful, beautiful resolution like you're going to get on the Tab S8 or something. But man, it does still look good for the money, and it does look very good when you're watching YouTube videos or when you're scrolling around this device. And the performance on this device is very good as well. Now, I know performance can be very subjective, but if we look at this device, this budget tablet from last year, if we look at the 2nd gen model, you will see that this tablet does have better performance. This has the MediaTek G80, so if you compare this to something like the P11 Plus, you're going to find that tablet does have a little bit of better performance, maybe by like 15% or something like that. But that P11 Plus did retail at a higher price, of course, and this device will go on sale as well. And again, if you compare this to the Tab A8, it's going to be right there as far as performance, but the big difference is this device, again, comes with 4 GB of RAM if you get that model that's just a little bit higher price. Of course, the Tab A8 has been out a little bit longer. You might see some more sales on it, but just keep in mind that this tablet also will go on sale as well, and I've already seen that just with it being out for like a few weeks now. Now, if you are trying to game on this, you are going to have to game on lower settings, of course. This is not a gaming machine, but nonetheless, it's going to do okay with some light gaming. If you do have settings on low, you should should be able to do just fine with games like PUBG. Now, if you find some games out there that need very high performance and very high graphics, this tablet will not meet that need. But if you've got around $200 to spend and you're looking for an Android tablet around this price, I do think that this tablet is going to compete well. Of course, if you see the iPad out there glaring in the distance, you might find it around $300 or a little bit less. iPads are very great with performance. Even their entry-level tablets are going to outperform Android tablets at this price. But you typically have to spend a little bit more to get there, and also you have to give into that ecosystem that a lot of us just don't want to be a part of. So if we look at this tablet, it's got a very nice design. I think the speakers are just fine for the money. You do have an SD card slot, you do have a headphone jack, it does come with a charger. It is very much improved as far as performance if you compare it to last year's second gen model. The display is a lot better than other competitors at this price, and they have also improved things like the battery life. This has a 7,700 milliamp battery, and I did look online for other battery tests out there to really see how this device compared. It actually outperformed the P11 Plus. It actually outperformed the Tab A8, for example. So there are a lot of good things with this device. Again, the battery, the screen, the performance. I know it's not the latest and greatest. I know it's not even a $300 or $400 device, and it might not compete with those, but at this lower price point, you are going to get competent performance. Now again, to get competent performance, you probably need to download all your apps in the first place. You probably have to get all the setup process out of the way. But when you do all that, and when you're just using 1, 2, or 3 apps at the same time, I will say that this tablet is going to do pretty well, again, for basic stuff. And one final note, if we're looking at extra features, you do need to know that this device does have stylus support. This tablet does work with the Lenovo Precision Pen 2, at least according to the box. So it's really nice to see that this model does have pen support, especially when the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8 does not, and a lot of other competitors do not as well. So now we come to that question, is this tablet worth buying? Is it worth your hard-earned money? As always, it really does depend. Almost every device out there is worth the money, and it just depends on who you are and how much you're willing to pay and what it's worth on the market. So if you're someone out there who really doesn't care about a 120 Hz screen, if you're someone out there who's okay giving up flagship performance, if you're someone with around $200 and you want a good Android tablet for the money, and you're asking, should you buy this? I would say absolutely. It's definitely a great deal for this price. And I do expect a lot of sales to come out on it, and there's going to be a lot of great deals. Again, check the links in the description. Now, if you see this device on sale for about the same price as the Lenovo P11 Plus, which one should you buy? Well, if they're about the same price, I would say the P11 Plus is going to be slightly better. You might get a 10 or 15% performance gain. You might get similar battery life and around similar performance, so it's not going to be a huge jump up compared to this. But if it's a very similar price, if it's very close, of course, I would go with the P11 Plus. But if this device jumps on sale, if you don't see the P11 Plus on sale, and if you're just looking for a good tablet, I would say that this device is priced at a very fair price. I would say it's very good compared to the competition, and a lot of the cons you're getting are just things that you should expect from a budget tablet. Of course, you're not going to get flagship performance at this price. Of course, you won't get 120 Hz. You're not going to get the highest fast charging at this price. And Lenovo isn't known for great software support, so honestly, don't expect to get 2 or 3 or 4 years of software support. You might get one OS update to Android 13, and maybe you'll get around 1.5 or 2 years of updates as far as security updates, but I wouldn't expect much more. But if you're okay with some compromises like that, and you just want a good tablet, a good companion to your devices, just something for light reading, light browsing, and maybe some light gaming or gaming on low settings, this tablet is going to do a great job. And really for you, I think the decision will come around price. You're going to have to look around for a good price. And also, don't forget about the RAM thing, okay? If you get the model with 3 GB of RAM, it'll be a little bit slower for multitasking. My model did just fine with various multitasking, but keep in mind, I do have the model with 4 gigs of RAM. So if you see these devices at a relatively close price, I would just pay a little bit more money and get that model just in case. But if you're someone out there who doesn't really do a ton of multitasking, honestly, I think the 3 GB of RAM will be enough for a lot of you, especially if you find it at a ridiculous cheap price, like around 150 bucks. So hopefully this review does help you out. Please give me a like on this video. That's one way to help support me, and also give me a sub to my channel. That would mean a lot as well. Also, check the affiliate links in the description. If you use those links to buy really about anything, even if you don't buy what I'm selling here, if you just use those links to go to those websites, that is a great way to support me and my channel. And finally, if you have a little more time, check out some other videos because I cover a lot of Android tablets, a lot of other devices, and leave any comments if you have any questions. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy your week.